Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video on Cobblers Vlogs. We are live with Charles Commons of It's All Cobblers to Me, and the Northampton Town 2021-2022 fixtures have just been released. I've refreshed the Cobblers page and adverts come up. How annoying. I've seen that it is Port Vale at home to start off. Then it's Colchester away. Then we play Newport away to end August. No, not to end August. Then we play Newport away, Rochdale at home. Then it's the Carabao Cup round 2. Then Crawley Town away, Scunthorpe United at home. Then we go to Forest Green at the start of September. Then we play fellow relegated side Swindon Town at home on the 18th of September. You can see this yourselves. We'll just go through and look at some of the key fixtures. So we play two of the newly promoted teams back to back. We play Sutton United at home on October the 2nd, and then Hartlepool away on October the 9th. Oof, that's going to be a cold one, isn't it? If we scroll down, who else came up? Was it just those two? Yeah, it was, because only two go down. Barrow at home in December. Boxing Day, it's a home fixture against Walsall. And then the final day of the season, if we just look at the run in the final 5 or 6, Bradford City at home on April the 9th. Oldham Athletic away, we go and see Keith Curl on April the 15th. Harrogate at home on Monday, April the 18th. Saturday, April the 23rd is Leyton Orient away. Tough end here. The last home game of the season is Exeter City at home. And then we finish away at Barrow. A nice day out in Barrow on Saturday, May the 7th. That looks very, very good indeed. Charles Commons of It's All Cobblers to Me is with me. Charles, your kind of initial reaction to the fixture list?
It's not as good as last year, is it?
No, definitely not. you just look down at some of the Newport, that's a long trip. Crawley, that's a pain to get to. Scunthorpe, it's just awful, isn't it?
I'm not too. I'm not bothered about the distances as such. It's just the teams, isn't it? There's no Sunderland in there. There's no excitable. Like, I'm not being funny, but none of that excites me. Not even the newly promoted stuff. You know,
no, it's all very average. Yeah, it's just.
Well, welcome back, boys.
It's what we've got to get used to, isn't it? Talk to me about the start to the season that we've got, because all three of these teams, Port Vale, Colchester and Newport, all did fairly well in the league last season, all I think kind of challenged for the playoffs. And then Rochdale at home as well, we got relegated with them, so we know that they're going to be kind of to a similar standard of us. Given the squad at the moment, and obviously it's difficult to know what other teams are doing, but what do you think to that start to the season? I think it's quite a tough one.
Well, Colchester, I think we're actually right down at the bottom, fighting for their lives. I seem to remember that they maybe beat Southend to send Southend down in a big, massive Essex derby. So I don't know, though, because last year was so odd with all the whole COVID sort of situation and everything that, so Colchester apparently didn't put any money into their team last season whatsoever in order to, just get through COVID. And that's why that they were down at the bottom. Yeah, okay, the fans didn't like it, but the club is still here. So, and they're still in League Two. So the gamble, if you like, paid off for them. So they're kind of like an anomaly. Like, will they actually go and buy loads of players and get loads of good players in that will make them good, like they were the year before? Because they were in the playoffs with us. So to go from there all the way down to the bottom, I mean, maybe it's not that odd. I'm sure we've done it plenty of times, but it's unusual. So I don't know what they're going to be like. Port Vale weren't as good last year as they were the year before. They've got Darryl Clark in charge now, haven't they? So we'll see. I don't know. Do you know what, Matt? I'm so indifferent about this. I'm just looking at it like the way that you sort of talked through the fixtures before. The fact that you sort of said, was it Walsall on Boxing Day? I mean, at least it's at home. At least it's at home on Boxing Day.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah.
The one nice thing that stands out there is maybe that you've got Barrow on the last day of the season away from home. That's a nice weekend in the Lakes.
We've got here from Lucy. Looks like we're lifting the trophy at Barrow. Then we seem to have some very confident fans already in the chat. What are your thoughts on that? Then you're not optimistic already.
No, it's not that I'm not optimistic. I'm not up for being an overconfident, arrogant, oh, we've just come down. Sorry, I'm not calling you arrogant, Lucy. I just mean in general. Look at how I was on our Euros pod for the week leading up to the Scotland game. Mr. Arrogant England
Yeah.
fan. Oh, we're going to absolutely smash them 5-0. And then look what happens. They come and play their World Cup final and get a 0-0 draw. So I don't know what's going to happen. A lot of this next season is really difficult to decide what's going to happen and work out because, okay, yes, he's been in charge for half a season, more or less, but John Brady's new manager, he's getting a new bunch of players together to form his team. It's going to be, and I don't know about you guys, apart from Flores, is it, that we've just signed, the Puskas Award nominee. Apart from him, not heard of a single one of the other ones. So
No, I'd not even heard of Flores, to be honest.
I can't judge them. Do you know what I mean? There's no way on earth I can judge them as players. I can look at it and I can go, right, okay, well, you can kind of see how we're going to play next season. Essentially, they're all very tall and they're all quite quick. So let's work out what we're going to be doing. It's not rocket science, but then again, League Two isn't really rocket science, I don't think. The issue is that if we're going to go and do well in League Two, is what would happen this time next year when we're going back up into League One, fingers crossed. That's the issue that we have. We don't tend to have an issue of building a squad in League Two capable of getting over. So it's one of those that you have to sort of look at it and go, I just don't know what's going to happen. There's potential that we're going to, do well, but then there's potential for all 24 teams in the league to do well. So, yeah, don't know.
Lucy's come back saying she hadn't heard of Good Oliver or Callum Morton when they all signed, and look how they turned out. So yeah, it's basically the same point as you're saying. You never know until they're on the pitch and they've maybe played 5 or 6 games to we can really assess them properly.
I will say that I had heard of Verdane Oliver.
Yeah.
Before I think most of us had, because he was just a journeyman, and no one was impressed with him. I mean, it's a good point.
No.
That's the thing, is nobody was impressed with him whatsoever, and then look what happened, and we were all gutted that he left. But yeah, we can't really judge, or I won't judge this year. I'm going to be a good boy, and I'm not going to judge anybody until I've seen them for myself. So yeah.
I'm just looking at this list, and you mentioned your first reaction was, I don't really care. It's crap. Like, just look at the teams on there. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, you're right. There is no, I want to go there, or I'm putting that one in the diary, making sure I'm free for that one. It's just, isn't it? It's just like you look at the Christmas period. You're just like Barrow at home, Walsall at home, Scunthorpe away, Swindon away, Crawley at home. And you're just like, well, any of them could be anywhere in the table. And I think that's the thing with League Two. Whereas League One, you can kind of know, yeah, Hull, they're going to be at the top. Sunderland, they're going to be at the top. This was from last season. And or Cobblers might be near the bottom, or Rochdale away, that's going to be a bit of a rubbish one. But you just look at these and you think, they're all just a bit rubbish. So apart from, obviously, I assume Salford's quite local to you. So I assume you'll probably make the trip there whenever that is. But is there any fixture on here where you're thinking, yeah, I want to, have the weekend away there, or make a special effort to go there?
I think Barrow and Harrogate are probably the two for me. Just because, I've never been to either of those two football clubs. So therefore it's a chance to go. Nice to sort of see that they've come up into the. I think it's always nice to see sort of a new team coming up into the Football League. I don't necessarily like it when the old guard go down, but that's the world we live in, and if you're not good enough, you go down, don't you? So that's fine. But I just kind of look at it and go, it'll be, yeah, those two are kind of romantic trips away, if you like. So it's one of those. I mean, it's Port Vale at home just doesn't inspire.
No, it's just you just think of Port Vale. It's just
started.
Yeah, it's not the same as. I mean, last year we had AFC Wimbledon at home, didn't we? And then I think our second game of the season at home was Hull, which is something you could maybe get a little bit more excited about. I can't remember who we played away. It was like Shrewsbury or something. So it was another average start last season. The last thing as well is so Harrogate we're playing them away on December the 11th. So whether there's kind of winter COVID restrictions then, who kind of knows? But Barrow away, surely by May the 7th, 2022, we're going to be in a position where we can at least have the chance to travel to football matches.
Hopefully, I mean, hopefully we'll have Port Vale fans at Sixfields in
Mm.
August. But
Ha-
yeah, you don't know.
I know you're obviously neither of us are government advisors or health and safety experts or whatever, but
Imagine.
that'd be quite funny, wouldn't it? When do you think is a realistic point that we're going to be saying, right, we can have, take 100 to an away game or something like that?
I don't know.
No idea.
Don't know, mate.
I
But at the end of the day, they keep saying, don't they, that all the restrictions would have lifted on the June 21st, so last week, or this week. They then put it back by 4 weeks. So that the whole thing is that whenever the next stage happens, that is a full lifting, as far as I'm aware, anyway.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's when I would expect it to be at that point. But I don't know. I don't know whether it actually will. I don't know whether it'll actually happen. I'm sure you'll be able to, in a year's time, you'll be sat here, you'll be sort of working out, right, let's do a little compilation of Cobblers vlogs over the year, and this will be one of those clips of you and me saying, oh, we'll all be back by Barrow. It'll be fine.
And then
we're
we're
all
just
sat there
still sat
still.
at home on iFollow as well. So the last thing I'll ask you about, well, the second to last thing is the running. I know we know pretty much nothing about any of the other teams because we've just come straight back down. Don't know about you, but as soon as we leave a league, I just completely forget about it. I'm not going to follow League One at all next season because we're in League Two. So what's the point? So the run in here is we'll start on my birthday, shall we? April the 2nd, Mansfield away. That might be a nice day out for me. Mansfield seem to kind of just be like this every other season, kind of up here then down there. Bradford, usually I think you would expect them to be challenging for promotion. We go and see our old friend Keith Curl on April the 15th as well at Oldham away. I think the running is okay. Final four, Harrogate at home, Leyton Orient away, Exeter at home, Barrow away. I think that's quite a nice running, if I'm honest. I don't know what your kind of thoughts on it. And you can't say I don't care.
Okay, I won't say I don't care. I will say it all depends what the league looks like by then. Because at the end of the day, right now, we don't know anything. I mean, yes, you can predict, and people are sort of saying that Salford are definitely going to be up there. They're going to be sort of turning around looking at Newport, like you said, lost in the playoff final. So they're going to probably be up there. But I mean, it is so hard to sort of guess and look at it at
Yeah.
this stage of the season. Every single club and every single set of fans is going and will have their own aspirations for promotion and to do stuff. So right now you've kind of got to look at it and just say to yourself, right, okay, well, the running on paper, Harrogate, Leyton Orient. I mean, Leyton Orient actually are probably going to end up being the favourites for the title. Just go out and get Kenny Jackett in as your manager, and then some of the signings they've made, they're properly, setting their stall out to go and get promotion. I think even that's what all their season ticket marketing has been all about, is come and join the promotion party and all this, that, and the other. I mean, it's verging on arrogance. But I mean, you go and get a manager like that, then you are going to have some people, expectations. So I think that's going to be potentially a tough one. Third game from last, isn't it? But you don't really know. I mean, realistically, you would expect Barrow to be near the bottom of the table, or nearer to the bottom than the top. You'd expect Exeter to be nearer the top than the bottom. Leyton Orient closer to the top than the bottom. Harrogate closer to the bottom. So, I mean, those final 4 games are a mixture. You could potentially be facing 2 promotion rivals or 2 relegation rivals. I'm not saying relegated rivals to us, I mean to each other. So you could be one of either. So it's one of those. I mean, it's all going to come down to how we start the season. As Adam's sort of saying there, that it's a tough start to the season, but he's happy with it. It's whether they can handle the tough games or not. Momentum's key, I think, in League Two. Go all the way back to 2015-16 when we won the league, and it was great and everything was right in the world. A lot of that just comes down to momentum. Whenever we've talked to any of the players from that team, they've all said it was momentum. As soon as we hit the top, just after Christmas or just before Christmas, I think it was the Plymouth game. Your mates. We hit the top spot and didn't look back, and it was just momentum that kept us going. So if we have a good start, then I think that will keep us going for a decent period. I don't want to be, though, the team that starts and we're like top at the end of August and at the end of September, because those teams never win the league.
Absolutely.
Never win the league if you start too early. So do what we did in 2015-16. Just make sure that we're sort of around in the top half and, close to it, and then we can have a really good second half of the season, hopefully, and go from there. But there's still, and the jury's still out because we've still not finished the signings. We still need at least one more goalkeeper, don't we? Probably need at least another centre back. I don't think we need any more strikers, not in terms of numbers, anyway. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see with it, really. I mean, in a way, It's exciting because it is going to be, completely new. And being League Two, we do have a little bit, we expect to at least enjoy going to the football because we think we'll win more games than we'll lose in League Two. Whereas in League One, you're enjoying it for maybe different reasons, i.e. trying to fight it out with some bigger clubs. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But closer to the season, we'll make predictions, Matt. Right now, fixtures.
Good stuff. I think this is it, though. It is like, this is kind of the start of the new season. And my last question was going to be, what are your kind of hopes for the season? But I think we'll kind of save that for maybe a month's time when we've seen a couple of preseason games. We know who's in the door and all that kind of stuff. There's a person in the chat. I think that might be one of your colleagues, maybe. Neil. Yeah, sure. I don't know the age of people in my chat. They're usually,
I don't know what your chat is. Yeah, don't.
No, exactly. They're a bit younger, so we'll leave that comment just there for everyone to laugh at. Cheers,
Neil wants a prediction from you, though, Matt. Neil will want a prediction from you. You can't run away. Say it.
We'll win the league. I'll go with him like he predicted last season. Mine's a bit more realistic, though.
I think it's going to be a ding-dong of a season, Matt.
What, relegation zone, then back to the top, then back to the relegation zone, and then back to the top. Oh, it's not Neil. Or is it Neil? I think it's Neil.
It's probably Neil. No, he's on
Plot
YouTube.
twist.
Neil doesn't. Neil's old. He doesn't understand YouTube. It won't be him.
We'll have to find out who it is. Anyway, Charles, you've obviously got Cobblers to Me, which we all know about, which obviously will get back up and running very soon, I would imagine, into pre-season. And you're also doing a good stuff, and you're also doing a Euros podcast at the minute. So just tell us about both of those and what they're both all about, where we can find them, etc., etc.
Yeah, so wherever you listen to podcasts, just search for the Cobblers one is It's All Cobblers to Me, and then the one that we're doing for the Euros right now, which is going really well. It's lots of fun. It's not your normal kind of, match of the day analysis or anything like that. It's the three of us, me, Danny, and Neil, having a laugh and a joke around about sort of stuff, calling out for ding-dongs and talking about amazing games like we had yesterday, which were really, really good. So come and find us. It's called It's All Euro 2020 to Me, original, I know. But you'll find that wherever you listen to podcasts. So Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Go and have a listen to it. It's fun, but we do swear. So just in case you're young and you don't like swearing, maybe don't come and listen to it.
And you also proved that email is not dead as well. That people still use email, which has been, it's quite fun to listen to.
Email is not dead, despite what Neil thinks. No, email is alive and kicking. We get loads of emails every single day about the Euros, so that's really good. So we've got loads of listeners, loads of people are enjoying it, which is nice. It's good fun. It's good fun. It's every single day. So we take a look back at the previous days' goings on and shenanigans, and it's fun. It's a good half an hour to 40 minutes worth of football fun.
Good stuff. So yeah, go and have a listen to both podcasts, the Euro 2020 to Me podcast. If you've got some spare time on your hands, there's 21 episodes out now. So if you want to go and listen to them, go and listen to them all in a row and leave Charles a review on whatever podcast platform you're using, all that kind of good stuff. I'm not familiar with podcasts, so I think that's what happens. That's what you say, so I'll just say it as well. So yeah, thanks for coming on at such short notice as well, Charles, to chat about the fixtures. For me, this is the start of the football season. For anyone in the chat, no, we are not going to be going live for the Papa John's trophy draw later on because I don't care about it. But if anyone wants to send me some Papa John's, do feel free. So yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thanks very much to everyone for listening. Thanks to Charles for coming on. Go and check out his podcast and all that good stuff. And we'll see you all later. Bye bye.